Congresswoman Lee, you and I spent time together yesterday in Washington at our policy conference. Why would any member of Congress put forward a bill in support of the Confederate flag right now?
You know, this is mind-boggling to me, Reverend Al. And let me tell you what just took place last night. I serve on the Appropriations Committee, and so the Interior Appropriations Bill, the bill that funds our national parks, was moved to the floor of Congress for debate. Late last night, a California member of Congress, Congressman Calvert, a Republican member, put forth an amendment that would allow the flying of the Confederate battle flag at national parks and VA cemeteries after we had removed that. For the life of me, I can't understand why a member from California would do that. His public statement is that some Southern... Wow. Right. Congressman Calvert. And so I don't know why that took place. But the line is, after we exposed it, Congresswoman Betty McCollum from Minnesota, thank goodness she was on the floor. She's our ranking Democrat on that. She exposed this. And so today we were in a big floor battle to try to make sure that the public understood what the Republicans had done in the dark of the night. Finally, they removed the bill. They stopped the bill from moving forward because they could not stand to be exposed in this way, while South Carolina, in the midst of this tragedy and grief of what took place, had done the right thing in terms of a bill to remove the Confederate battle flag. And so our leader, Pelosi, Congressman Benny Thompson from Mississippi, offered a privileged resolution to try to make sure that the Confederate battle flag, which is incorporated in the Mississippi state flag here at the Capitol, to remove that. Well, of course, the Republicans decided to move forward with a technical procedure and to send it back to committee. So it's outrageous, and I think the public is really beginning to understand what we're dealing with here in Washington, D.C. with these House Republicans.
It is outrageous. Talking about South Carolina doing the right thing, they didn't just do it. Because standing by with Joy Reid now is Representative Gilda Cobb-Hunter. And I've said before you got there, Gilda, that you've been fighting this a long time. When I was running for president, you said, Rev, you're running in South Carolina about this flag. You've been fighting this for at least 15 years I know about. And I remember last week when Governor Haley hugged me at one of the funerals, that hug should have come for you, and Representative Horn gave you that hug. You are really the queen of this fight.
Rev, come on now. You know it's a team effort, and listen, you are the man.
No,
don't give me credit, Rev.
No, you are. But let me ask you something. Aside from our commending each other, how will you feel tomorrow when that flag comes down?
Rev, you know, I've had my tomorrow moment. Already. The moment for me, the first one was last night when the Speaker of the House signed the bill and your crack team from MSNBC got the shot and put it out. The shot that is meaningful is the Speaker of the House, Jay Lucas, signing that bill. My other moment came today during the ceremony, not when the governor signed the bill, but when the Secretary of State, who is the official keeper of records, signed the bill. I was so touched when he said, Gilda, would you like to witness me signing the bill? And I just got so caught up. I had the first Rev look at it and just touch it. And it just overwhelmed me. So I've had my moments, Rev. I think tomorrow is for the public. It's not about those of us who are elected officials. We've had our shot. Tomorrow ought to be reserved for the public. It ought to be for those men, women, and children and those families. Rev, you would appreciate this. I was out there at the fence talking to people, and this lady came up to me, and she thanked me, and she said, you know, when I was a little girl, I couldn't come on these grounds. I wanted to use the bathroom, and my mama told me I couldn't.
In the state grounds. These are the state grounds around the state capitol.
I declare this is the people's house, the people's ground. Just less than 10 minutes ago, this woman shared a very, very emotional recollection of her childhood growing up here in South Carolina. And what that did, Reverend Al, was remind me of how important it was for us to do this. So there was no way that I was going to miss this opportunity, because as you so graciously pointed out, I was here in 2000 when this happened. I was Democratic leader. I know how difficult it was then. I know that I said to reporters and everybody else who asked me that that was not closure, that we would revisit this issue. I thought, though, that we would not revisit it in my life, my political lifetime. Here we are, 15 years later, having this not a conversation but actual action. And tomorrow that flag is gone. So I want people who didn't have the opportunity I had to be in that chamber and be a part of making it law, I want them to have that blessing tomorrow. That's what it's about. That woman I met today, who had her daughter, who wanted her daughter to witness history. That's what this is about,
That
Reverend.
is what it's
not about us elected officials. We don't need to get it twisted.
It's about fighting even after the flag comes down to take care of those people.
You know it.
Hearing what the senator, I call her Gilda because we've been like that, but the senator
Rev,
saying,
I'm not a senator.
How do we, I'm sorry, representative. I'm trying to run her for higher office. I'm
you
sorry.
know I'm not. No. That's a demotion.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But let me say this to you, Congresswoman. Given the story, given the emotion, what this flag means, how do we get your colleagues in Washington, even one from California, to understand the gravity of what they're doing here?
Well, first, I just want to say thank God for our representative and the heroes and sheroes in South Carolina, and also Congressman Jim Clyburn, who keeps our colleagues here very focused and informed on what the symbolism of this Confederate battle flag means. And I think what we have to do is continue to push forward and to make sure that now that these flags are coming down, that there's liberty and justice for all through our work, that we work now to eliminate racism, to eliminate health disparities, unemployment, create jobs in our community, and really be for real in terms of what this flag, American flag, stands for. And that's the unfinished business of America. And addressing the vestiges and legacy of slavery and Jim Crow have got to be a very high priority on all of our priority lists in terms of our policy and legislative agenda. So again, I just have to thank the representative and all of those in South Carolina who have fought so hard for so long just to get to this day. And again, my thoughts and prayers go out to the families and the community of all of those who we lost through this terrible tragedy. And out of this, we see a glimmer of hope today, and hopefully we'll move forward.
The shame is that it takes 9 innocent lives in Bible class to bring people to dealing with this. But it would have been more of a shame if we lost those lives and did nothing. And something has been done in South Carolina. I hope it's done all over the country. Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Joy Reid, and State Representative, my queen of fighting Confederacy, Gilda Cobb Hunter.
Rev, come on, you know, Rev, you know it's just Gilda. It's just Gilda, Rev. Come on now.
All right, Gilda, thank you for your time tonight, and God bless all of the team that made this happen in the state legislature, and congratulations to the governor, who I've not always agreed with, but stood up on this.
Same here.
We thank you all for your time tonight. E.J. Dionne, please stay